And we are back with the same cast and crew here for the Lost Levels race. Here we go.
Indeed, and I'm sure this one will be particularly good because I have not even run this game and also know very little about it, so I'm sure my commentary will be fantastic. But fortunately, there's two runners here who actually have some idea what they're doing, so no problem. Are you guys both ready to go? All right. We're going to go again in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So this is Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. If you are not familiar with this is actually Super Mario Bros. 2, but this is what it was in Japan. In the US, they came out with Doki Doki Panic and rebranded that as Super Mario Bros. 2. But here we've got a death by Supersonic early on. As you can tell, the level design is very different in this game. It's a lot more unforgiving. There are a lot more enemies. They are a lot meaner. And some of these jumps are just a lot less cooperative. Whereas in Super Mario Bros. 1, you can pretty much just hold right and jump for almost the entire game. In Lost Levels, there's going to be a lot of stopping, turning back, turning around, hitting vine blocks, things of that nature. Yeah, this is 1-2, by the way, which already looks way harder than almost anything in Super Mario Bros. 1. So you're going to get a good taste of the Lost Levels experience. But we are still going to be seeing some warp zones. I'm sure at some point I will remember exactly where those are. I'm guessing one is right here. So there you see Darbian will jump into this pipe with this piranha and follow him down into this room, which also looks rather terrifying. Lots of water here. You can't swim in that. This is not Super Mario Bros. 3. Supersonic going for the pipe wall jump here to get to the warp zone himself. But Darbian is on his way to World 4. And unfortunately, in this game, you're not able to skip from World 4 to World 8 directly. There's going to be an interlude and some Bowser, I believe, before we get there. Lakitu being a rather bit of a troll. Supersonic, are you just going for that? All right, he opts to give up on it. Down to 1 life already. It's the same, I believe, rules as Super Mario Bros. 1 in terms of using your lives. Unfortunately, this section of the level is pretty slow if you don't have the right timing for those piranha plants. So Supersonic... Oh, good God. I will pretend that I knew that was coming. Darbian, well on his way into 4-2. Pretty much with a handy lead at this point, he's going to be looking to just hold on to that the rest of the way. I'm sure there's no possibility that he will die at any time during this run. Supersonic does make it to his warp zone. He's on his way to World 4. It's also worth mentioning, since we did see an appearance of some fireworks, Supersonic taking the intentional death, same reason as Darbian did in Super Mario Bros. 1. But as far as fireworks go, which we did see a couple of in Super Mario Bros. 1, they do not work the same way in this game. You will not get them with a 1, 3, or 6. Instead, I believe the 1's digit of your coin counter and your time must match. And then, depending on whether that's even or odd, I believe you get a certain number of fireworks. So far, Darbian has managed to avoid that. I believe there's routing to make sure that you have the right coins, or at least these runners are experienced enough to be able to keep tabs on that. Coming into World 4-4, this is, imagine there's a Bowser outside of the very end of the game. And we're going to be seeing him here. Some of these jumps are pretty precise. Darbian taking a little turnaround there to get some speed before making that jump across. The fire bars look pretty cooperative there. This is terrifying to me, and I don't even run this game. He is able to get under Bowser and get to the axe, so he's going to make his way on to World 5. Supersonic has finished 4-2, so he's about 2 levels behind, which is, as mentioned, it's a fairly significant amount, but with enough failure on Darbian's part, could still be reachable. Fortunately, this game still has the same great soundtrack that Super Mario Bros. 1 did. And the overworld theme, which you might have heard once or twice, or if you're Darbian, a couple 100,000 times. That... some of these jumps and some of these piranha plants are just absolutely frightening. And if you're, if you're a U.S. fan of Mario, as Darbian makes these jumps, he actually was looking to get probably a super jump off one of those Koopas there, but was not able to pull that off. So they're the hidden, almost Kaizo blocks, I guess, in a sense, waiting for you there. But most Americans who are probably familiar with this game likely know of it from Super Mario All-Stars, which had the lost levels included. But in that version of the game, the Piranha hitboxes are actually fixed in that they are the entire shape of the Piranha plant. In Super Mario Bros. 1 and the original Super Mario Bros. 2, it's only the stem, pretty much. So Darbian's able to make some jumps that look pretty terrifying. He's also able to kill himself there, trying to do a really impressive-looking trick. That would be really cool if he gets it, but I think we might not see it too many more times. He's not able to get it this time, but he does. So that looks hilarious. And it does save time, I am told. Supersonic, meanwhile, making his way through 5-1 as Darbian does find the World 8 Warp Zone. I believe another feature of this game that's kind of hilarious is that it has warp zones that take you backwards in worlds. And much like Super Mario Bros. 1, you can't actually go back to the left. He did. That was a very nice jump by Supersonic. Oh, so if you're even, how many fireworks do you get here? 6 fireworks if you're even. Good times. Darbian picking up a mushroom there just to avoid trolling by the Hammer Brothers, as they are extremely mean in this game. And he is able to clear 8-1 as Supersonic is making his way into 5-2, where he will also take the Warp Zone onto 8. So that death costing Darbian a little bit of time, but obviously not setting him back far enough that he would have to actually be worried here yet. But plenty of room for things to happen. These World 8 levels are pretty terrifying, let me tell you. Almost as if on cue. So Darbian down to 1 life now, and if he does lose that life, he is going back to 8-1, which Supersonic has just started. So I'm not saying that I want to see that, but I do kind of want to see that. Oh, man. Okay. And we are now seeing that. Supersonic taking a death as well. So they're actually starting 8-1 at the same time. Darbian with the full life count. Supersonic with only 2. So now this is anyone's race. Supersonic taking another death there. Unfortunately, World 8, like I said, it's not particularly easy. As Darbian is demonstrating for us right now. This is quite an unkind mistress of a game. Supersonic, I believe that's a game over, but it will send him back only to the beginning of World 8-1. Darbian taking another death as well. He is down to 1. So yes, he's taking the intentional death to get the refill. Probably a wise choice at this point, given how both of these races have gone. Hammer Bro being a little cooperative for Supersonic. The other Hammer Bro not. I shouldn't have said anything. I just don't even. Alright, Darbian able to make that jump that time. Not trolled by either of those two Hammer Bros. Supersonic just taking a run straight off that block into the pit. And Darbian's able to finish 8-1 again. The intentional death from Supersonic to go back to the beginning of World 8-1 with the 3 lives. We've seen that technique used a number of times. It's a very good speed strat. Oh my goodness. Darbian back in 8-2. I feel like we've seen this before. I don't even know what to say anymore because I already didn't know what to say. He does get the jump this time. That is a very difficult jump, but he is able to get the vine to be able to actually finish the level. Supersonic, meanwhile, coming to the end of 8-1. So 1 level separating them right now. I'm just not even going to bother saying anything about what that means about the actual outcome. Because the answer is probably nothing. Another visit from our friend Lakitu here, or Lakitu, or any other pronunciation that you wish to choose here. 8-3 is a really scary level, and is also in the clouds for whatever reason. More Hammer Bros, reminiscent of 8-3 in Super Mario Bros. 1, of course. But no problem, we're going to see some fireworks here, though. 3 fireworks for Darbian with the odd number of coins and the odd time. I'm glad that I'm not donating like some amount of money per firework experience because that would be a lot right now. So this is it, 8-4. Apparently there's water here. Alright. Oh, goodness. Supersonic, meanwhile, coming up to the end of 8-3 as Darbian makes this rather terrifying looking jump to get in that pipe. And he's coming into the last few sections of 8-4. There's a blooper in midair. That's totally normal. Don't worry about it. And now here's a needlessly long run down a hallway. There's nothing there. It's just a hallway. Supersonic taking the death at the beginning of 8-4. Darbian gets that jump there, takes the mushroom for the safety. Looks like he'll probably be able... Okay. Sure. I mean, we've seen everything else this race. Looks like he'll probably be able to come to a safe finish as he's just going to jump straight through the axes. And congratulations to Darbian on taking the victory here, bringing us to an even 1-1 between the two of them. Supersonic taking a little different strategy to get to that pipe. Works just as well. We were about to hear the beautiful FDS fanfare. Beautiful. Alright. Not one to be one-upped by Darbian. Supersonic going for a slightly different... I'm done. I have absolutely nothing right now. Just watch him do 8-4. I'm sure it'll be good. Hopefully. Please. Alright, we're coming into the home stretch again here. We're not going for the swag this time. He only has one life left, so we would like to all see him finish this run. No problem there. Taking the mushroom for the safety. We'll be on the last screen now. Just one more jump for him. Does take the hit, but he does hit the axe. GGG Supersonic. Congratulations to both of you on 2 very entertaining races. And I believe you are also both participating in our next race, correct? Why not? Let's have a third one. We'll see who wins that to break the tie. So we're going to see some Super Mario Bros. 3 coming up very shortly. Stick around.